Question number 10, the Honourable Pete Hodgson.
The question is to the Minister of Internal Affairs and asks, can he confirm that as Minister of Internal Affairs he has met all of the requirements of a Minister of the Crown as set out under Conduct, Public Duty and Personal Interests in Part 2 of the Cabinet Manual?
The Honourable Dr Richard Worth.
Mr Speaker,
Pete Hodgson.
Why, when I asked him last... Mr Speaker,
Pete Hodgson.
Why, when I asked him last Thursday if he was aware of issues surrounding WSBC, a company described by the Director of the Serious Fraud Office as an associated entity, did he advise the House that I, quote, know nothing of these matters, close quote, when in fact the publication TGIF had questioned him on these same matters and published the Minister's remarks, in quotes, on February the 13th, 7 weeks ago?
The Honourable Dr Richard Worth.
Mr Speaker, the member is misquoting what I said. What the question was, is the Minister aware that WSBC, a company that the Director of the New Zealand Serious Fraud Office described as an associated entity, was thrown out of the Cook Islands last week, and that last Friday the Minister of Finance for the Cook Islands issued a press statement praising the role of the Pacific anti-money laundering program, and how does that reflect on his judgment? And I answered, I do not know of these matters. That is a different company. The company I was involved with was WSD Global, I then said Risks but meant Markets Limited, which is a New Zealand company. There are a number of factual errors in what the member said, and in fact I challenge him to repeat those comments outside the House, as he has been invited to do by the media.
Order. The Honourable Pete Hodgson. Order. Order. Order.
Mr Speaker.
I'd ask members to show some courtesy to the Honourable Pete Hodgson asking his question.
Mr Speaker, did he, when he wrote to the Honourable Murray McCully on December the 23rd last year regarding his forthcoming trip to India, acknowledge or even allude to his shareholding in New Zealand Aviation, or in WSD Global Markets Limited, or in the India Overseas Group? And if he did not, why did he not?
The Honourable Dr Richard Worth.
Mr Speaker, I did not, and there was no need to do so.
The Honourable Pete Hodgson.
Mr Speaker, who was the Minister of Internal Affairs when he was away from New Zealand between the 24th of February and the 2nd of March, and why can I not find any public announcement of a portfolio change for that period, as is the norm?
The Honourable Dr Richard Worth.
Mr Speaker, I understand there was someone appointed in my stead. I believe it was the Honourable Kate Wilkinson, and I don't know why the member can't find that.